I know that it has been a while, and I apologize that this is part 3 of my backpacking survival taste test options. So here we are, we're going to open and look at the standard issue MREs. I'm trying to keep in the same vein as far as the type of food that we had. So I have gotten the spicy penne pasta, which is vegetarian apparently. MREs are interesting. They are a one meal or intended to be one person's meal. And they have several different options that you can get out of there. We'll unbox those in just a minute and kind of go through how they're set up. So they're different from a backpacking meal in that you don't have to do any cooking in order to eat them. You're able to eat these straight out of the package, but they only serve one person, or they're designed to serve one person, sort of a full course meal. Now I know I've seen in movies, and I've had some of my friends that are in the military explain that they didn't necessarily eat all of the things at one time. They would take out certain things, they'd leave the desserts behind, or they wouldn't use the drink mixes, and that sort of thing. But they are designed in that you can take this apart, make it as modular as you want, and take and pick what you want out of this packaging in order to eat. So kind of without any sort of order, I'm just going to pull it out. All of them come with sort of a, this is kind of the, I guess the, what do you call this? The accessories, the condiments and stuff. They come in these kind of sealed containers. I've added some of these bags because I've added a little bit to this and that sort of thing, but you come up with a some seasoning blend that you can put in there just in case the food is not to your liking. Let's see what else is in there. You get a moist towelette. You get some of the, I've heard some not so nice names about this gum, so I don't know that I'm going to try that today, but you also get a drink mix of some variety, and that varies per menu that they have for these. So you can check those out. Usually you end up with some sort of condiment, either peanut butter. I've seen some of these with jelly in them. You get some sort of kind of easy to eat snack, in this case cranberries. Not one of my favorites, but I'm going to try them anyway. You also get kind of a Gatorade fruit mix, and this one is going to be orange. You also get in these, just in case you do want to eat them, you get the heater, which is another packaging. This is actually the penne with vegetable sausage, so this is the main entree. So that's in here. Let's see what else is here. This is your beverage bag, and they come with different containers that you can make things in. Let's see what else is there. Crackers probably would go with the peanut butter, so that you can have a snack there. Looks like we have some vanilla pound cake for dessert. And here is the heater bag with the operating instructions, so that you can cook the main entree if you want to. Since I've eaten everything else hot, I don't think it'd be a fair advantage to the MRE, although I really want to try it. I've got a couple other ones. I may show a different one where I'm eating it straight out of the packaging with no heat in it. But I'm going to go ahead and heat the entree, try the entree, eat it. Alright, so as we start to prep the MRE for cooking here, it does have you remove the MRE from the box, and it asks you to save that. And then you are to tear the top off the bag. So there are two tear lines. There is one up top that says to use the bag, you rip that off. So we'll rip that one off. And then it says to put the MRE on top, or the heater on top of the MRE pouch. So we will open this up and slide our MRE pouch inside. Placing the heater on top. So this is where we will add the water, but I'm going to get all that set up and we will start the timer, and next time I come back I will have a finished MRE and kind of how that played out for you in just a minute. Alright, so we have our MRE cooking. I have followed the instructions in the bag. It did not take very long for the heating pack to get warm, 30 seconds maybe. So just wanted to check in real quick. We're going to pull it out here in a minute. I can already start to smell vegetarian penne pasta. Alright, so I thought while we're waiting, I would take the suggestion of the MRE and try some of the other portions of the MRE first. So it says try some of the carbohydrates first. So we're going to get all of this, everything out of the packaging because I put it all back up. And we'll use this to collect my trash a little bit. So I thought I would go ahead and take this time while this was cooking to go ahead and try a couple of these other items that are in the kit. So this is the cracker. It is vacuum sealed, and I don't know if you could hear it on camera, but it did give a bit of a whoosh as I opened it up and letting that air in. So try not to crumble the cracker everywhere. So looks like a giant saltine. So the initial taste, we'll try it dry. It is kind of portioned out. Obviously very dry. It tastes like an unsalted saltine. Very, very dry, very crumbly and dusty. But it is a cracker after all, so you kind of expect all of those things. Not the worst cracker I've ever had. So that says something. So it actually tastes pretty decent. My preference would be to have a little bit of salt on it, but I'm sure that that is part of the idea, is to keep you from being dehydrated but give you all the nutrients you need. So I'm sure that they unsalted this for a reason. So we have peanut butter. So I'm going to attempt to open this and get a little bit of it out and put it on the cracker and see if that helps adjust the flavor at all, and see also how the peanut butter tastes. So, oops. As I said, the crackers are very crumbly. The peanut butter actually helps a lot because it gives it a little bit of a, it gives it flavor for one, and also breaks up the dustiness and gives you something kind of moist to get past the dry cracker. It tastes a lot like, there's a brand of cracker that I used to get out of the vending machines, Austin or something like that. It tastes a lot like the peanut butter from that, which I kind of like, and on a better cracker would probably be pretty good. So the peanut butter is excellent. It's not honey peanut butter, it's not, you know, your name brand organic, but it does taste very good as far as the peanut butter goes. But I'm gonna try a little bit more. I really like the peanut butter, and I may see if I can find some of this peanut butter, because I've seen some sites that have different repackaging of these and kind of add some of people's favorite things together. So I've seen where you can get some of these things individually. So I'm going to set these aside and check on the entree. Sounds a little weird to say it that way. It is very warm, and it says I'm supposed to give this 10 or 15 minutes. It's only been about 7 or 8, so I'm going to give this just a little bit more time, which will give us an opportunity to try some of the cranberries. I'm not a huge fan of cranberries. I'm gonna be honest. So if these dry cranberries taste any good to me, then odds are they will be good to someone who actually likes cranberries. But just give you a view of it. They're just your typical dried cranberries. I'm not entirely sure. It says that all they put in here is cranberries, sugar, and sunflower oil. And all the nutritional facts are printed on all the packaging. So if there's something you want to know as far as your diet and or allergies go, you can find that on the packaging. So here goes. You know, that's not half bad. I could be wrong about cranberries, guys. But as you can see, maybe, let's see. There is a little bit, I mean, it's a full pouch, and when you open it up, it kind of feels like there's more in there than there is. But it says that there's 2 ounces of cranberries in there, which is a lot of snack, and it suggests that you eat this snack when you're on the move. So you save this for when you're having to hike or move about and that sort of thing. So, but I am pleasantly surprised that these taste as good as they do, because ordinarily I don't like cranberries. Makes me a real drag around Thanksgiving. But anyhow, next time you check back, we're going to be opening up the meal and trying that, so stay tuned. Alright, so we are going to open up the MRE and give the entree a taste test. In order to get to the MRE, it suggests that you open the bag, let some of the heat out. So be sure when you're using one of these, if you do get one with a heater, that you pay attention to all the warnings that are on the packaging. Don't just watch my video and say, oh, well, this is how he did it, because I may have missed one of the warnings that may be critical for you in a situation that you're in when you're trying it. But as you can see some steam coming out of the bag. You may not be able to see it on camera, but I can definitely see it here. So I'm going to pull the package, the MRE out, and I'm going to put it in this bowl right here that I have. And I'm going to figure out what to do with this package here, because I don't want the water in the heater to spill. So it is very warm. It is not too hot to touch, but I assume once you get inside it, it will be. I'm trying to find if there is any sort of ripping mechanism here. There doesn't appear to be, so we will go to plan B with the knife. And oh, there's already some kind of working its way to the top here. All right, let's get this in the bowl. Just on initial impressions from smell, it does smell very much like the Italian dish should. So I take that as a good sign. So let's grab a fork, and I'm going to give it a chance to sit for just a minute. Let's give it a taste. So first bite impressions, I don't really taste the spice so much. It does have a good flavor. It does taste pretty good, actually. Better than I expected, actually. Because I've heard some horror stories about how bad these are, and I understand that they've gotten a kind of an overhaul in the not so distant past, so they taste better. But overall, I think I could eat one of these. As you can see, I'm about halfway through, but I wanted to make a note. I said it wasn't spicy on the first couple of bites, but as you build it up, to someone who's used to spicy food, you will notice the spice and the heat start to catch up with you. So, all right, as promised, I am finishing up the last bite here. It's actually good enough that if I have some of the cracker left, I would run it through the sauce and kind of collect some of that and eat it. But overall impression, the portion size, of course, I know these are meant to be military issues, so you're not looking at having large portions and having a chance to sit down and eat. But if you were using these to backpack, the portion size isn't huge, and being a bigger guy, I tend to need a little bit more to eat. But with all the extras that are in here, I'm pretty sure that I could get full for at least part of the day. And I think if you tried and you sustained this meal over the course of the day and kind of rationed it out a little bit, that this could hold you over. I mean, they say it's only about 1,200 calories, but you could probably make this last for more than the day if you had to. But you could certainly use it for a full day's worth of meal in a survival situation. I will put a link to the playlist below.
Thanks for watching part 3 of our backpacking food face-off. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.